Sweet.
The leftovers from Los Dos Potrillos.
There you go.
Big Los Dos guy.
Only been there once.
All right. Let me see. All right. Start recording here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Episode 5 of the Between Stitches podcast. Baseball only show with baseball guys. We got Albert Pujols heading back home for a little reunion in what could be his final tour of the big leagues. We got some players signing team-friendly extensions, which we don't love to see, especially when they're in their division rivals. We'll give you some rankings on how we feel the top infields will shape out in major leagues this year. And finally, we will give you our predictions for the American League West, the West Coast of the American League. So thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support. Let's dive into it.
Cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today. At the ball game, a wonderful ball game today.
All right, Jared, here we are. It's Ryan here, Jared over there, talking baseball. We love to do it. We got not as much contract news. Oddly enough, a guy like Michael Conforto, still a free agent. Don't know what the fuck's going on over there. Don't know if he's got Boris barking in his ear, telling him he should make $30 million a year. I don't know. But Michael Conforto's a really good player, and he should be on a team by now.
He should definitely be playing baseball on opening day. So for him to not have a contract right now, I'm guessing that's exactly what it is. It's like it's a money thing. Just like after we talked about how he turned down that contract for $100 million, I'm guessing he's trying to, he's seeing like guys that are signing these $300+ million. He's probably saying I'm not going for at least at like 180 or 150 or something like that.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so Michael Conforto is a free agent. And surprisingly enough, Albert Pujols got signed to a contract before Michael Conforto did. Albert Pujols back to the St. Louis Cardinals on a 1-year deal for $2.5 million. I don't know, Jared. I watched Albert Pujols last year in the Dodgers. I think there is absolutely no chance in hell this guy is playing baseball after this season. He can't run. He can't throw. He can sort of swing-ish. His power is not anywhere near what it used to be. His rotational, everything. His body is deteriorating at a fast pace. Not to mention the fact that more than likely he's actually 47 years old, even though he says he's 40, but that's neither here nor there. He's got a 1-year deal back to the Cardinals. They reunite the infamous trio of Albert Pujols, Adam Wainwright, and Yadier Molina. So for Cardinals fans, that's like cool to see that. But if I'm a Cardinals fan, I don't know if I want to be giving up a roster spot to a deteriorating old man because of nostalgia, as opposed to a young guy or somebody else off the free agency market that may deserve it more than Albert Pujols. But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, but I think that's like kind of like classic baseball. Like Chase Utley would get like when the Dodgers signed Chase Utley, he was just he could still obviously like come in and have the experience for the playoffs and stuff. And I think he actually had some big hits like late in the season for them when they did sign him. But like I think it is just like one of those things where like you've built up a reputation, you have relationships in the game, and they know that they might just have you for a year. And I think with Albert Pujols, it makes a little bit of sense for him to go back to the Cardinals. Even and that's probably a good indicator that he won't be playing baseball next year at all.
Yeah.
And will probably just be like a late inning guy this year. And to be honest, Pujols kind of had a good season last year.
he had a
Like
good season
for
against lefties, actually. Albert Pujols stats in 2022, I mean, he couldn't run, so he obviously had no bags. He had a minus 0.6 WAR. I mean, not ideal, but he had 17 home runs. He hit 236, 717 OPS. I mean, it's not great, but like I said, I think he's actually 46 years old. Like, actually. So it's not bad for a 46-year-old guy. If there is advanced batting, this probably doesn't show us versus lefties, but I know last year, games that he would start at first base for the Dodgers was against left-handed pitching, like Blake Snell or, I don't know, other lefties in the division. So, yeah, I don't mind it. It is what it is. I got nothing against Pujols. He's all-timer, one of the best ever, 3,000 hits, 600 homers. I mean, what else are you going to say? First ballot Hall of Famer for obvious reasons. So, good for him going back to the Cardinals. I'm sure, he'll be able to live out the really he'll be able to milk this season for everything it's worth in St. Louis. I mean, he'll be able to do his probably his retirement, tour throughout the league, especially in like the home stretch of the season, the last 2 months. Every visiting town he goes to will get some sort of tribute on the fucking scoreboard, some shit like that. So
yeah, almost like the Mariano Rivera
yeah, like the
tour.
retirement. Yeah. So I mean,
But guys like that, in my mind, it makes sense because it's like those guys mean so much for the game,
oh, of course,
like for the brand of baseball.
for
So I
sure.
don't know how he's made enough money to never ever think about for his great grandkids to not probably not think about money for a
Oh, for
while.
sure. I mean, for sure.
So, but so it's like I I didn't see what the numbers were on in that contract.
It was 1 year for 2.5 million. I mean, just like nothing. Just a measly $2.5 million bucks. Nothing big. Not a big deal. It is what it is. I mean, we both make that per episode on this show, so I mean, it is what it is. Not a big deal.
Yeah, by the way, we're underpaid.
Yeah, speaking of underpaid, that's a great segue. Ketel Marte signs a contract extension with the Arizona Diamondbacks. I saw it on Twitter somewhere. Ketel Marte player, I don't know, team friendly. God, I'm just searching it. It was Ozzy Albies. It was the comparison of Ozzy Albies, because Ozzy Albies signed a horrifying contract extension like 5 years ago. Oh, here's the tweet I saw. MLB Nerds tweeted out that the Ketel Marte contract extension, just for your guys' reference, 5-year contract extension for $75 million. The Ketel Marte extension is the second least player-friendly contract in the major leagues, only behind Ozzy Albies, who is making about $1.5 million per win, but per WAR. I don't know what the average is in the major leagues of $1 million paid per wins above replacement, but I can tell you that like Bryce Harper has like a 7 WAR, maybe an 8 WAR,
Mhm.
and he makes $30 million a year.
Yeah.
So that's closer to about 3 or 4 million per WAR. And Ozzy Albies is making 1.5 per WAR. I don't know what Ketel Marte's exact is, but he's underpaid. He's not getting
Yeah,
as
it's
much
funny
as
when
he
you
should.
when you wrote Marte on there, I thought you were talking about Starling Marte, and I was like, that kind of makes like more sense.
No, Ketel Marte. Ketel
Ketel
Marte.
Marte, yeah. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense that when you're talking about it, you're like, yeah, it was like crazy undervalued. And I was like, well, Starling Marte is like he's been in the league. I can see a time
Yeah.
for
No,
that, but
no, Ketel Marte. I mean, last year he only had 14 home runs, but he hit 318. He had a 909 OPS and a 143 OPS plus. And by the way, he's fast as fuck. He plays center field. He plays shortstop. Like he's a switch hitter, dude. Like he's fucking valuable. He's really good.
yeah,
I don't know why he would
is
sign that deal. It's just
he's a
weird.
switch hitter too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a switch hitting middle of the diamond player. He only had 2 bags last year, which I feel like I guess he doesn't steal that much, huh? I thought he was like really fast. He's like a top of the order guy, so I thought he was like super fast. But I mean, his career high in stolen bases is 11. I mean, it's not that many, I guess. But I don't know. He's got, dude. I mean, the guy just fucking he just hits. Like he's just a hitter. You know what I mean? And he's a switch hitter. And he only played in 90 games last year, but again, 318, 909. He's only been an All-Star once, and that was in 2019. But dude, look at his numbers in 2019. 144 games. He had 32 home runs, 92 ribbies. He hit 329 with a 90. Dude, in 2019, Jared, Ketel Marte finished 4th in MVP voting.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
And
That's
he
pretty
just
nuts
said,
considering.
and he just signed a fucking 5-year, 75 million. Like, why wouldn't he just wait? I don't know what his contract details were before. Like, I don't know if he already, if he still had to wait 2 or 3 more years and he just wanted to secure some money. But he could have made a fucking bag if he'd have just waited. Probably an extra. Again, I don't know the details. But dude, he's fucking good. Like, he's fucking good.
Yeah,
And
that's,
it's weird.
That's,
I don't like it for him at all. I
I don't
fucking
think
hate
so.
it.
I don't think so either. I think that's I think like when you're seeing like some of these contracts are just ridiculous. So it's like
Right.
he's 28 years old.
And
Trying to
70,
find
75 million divided by 5, by the way, is 15 million a year. Like, that's not horrible, but he should be making 20 to 25 at a minimum. Like,
yeah, just with the market.
yeah, exactly. Dude, like if I mean, they're handing out like Josh Donaldson's getting that kind of money or I mean, dude, in all honesty, what did Chris Bryant sign for? 186 or something?
Uh-huh.
Chris Bryant, let's see. Chris Bryant's contract, 182 million for 7 years. That is 26 million a year. I would pay Ketel Marte 26 million a year over Chris Bryant.
Yeah.
To be honest, honestly, I would.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I'm looking at. I mean, here's a fun stat. Here's a trivia question.
Yeah.
How many years has I don't know if this is actually 100% true, but how many years has Chris Bryant hit over 300 in his career?
I'm gonna say never.
Yeah,
Yeah,
led you into it because it's like he won a what MVP in
16.
2016. He hit 292 with 39 home runs and
Yeah, if
100
I'm gonna be
Like, dude,
honest,
he
that's
is-
like
he
one of
kinda-
the
he kinda-
worst MVP years I've ever
MVPs.
seen.
That's that's an underwhelming MVP. Like to think that like poor like Vlad,
I know.
like Vlad
Yeah.
didn't get an MVP this last year.
I guess
with-
there
with
was
the
just
stats.
nobody that was kind of there with it. Dude, fuck me. Nolan Arenado probably should have won MVP that year. He got 5th.
Was that the year the Cubs won the?
I don't know
World
though,
Series?
dude. That WAR is crazy. Why is Chris Bryant's WAR so much higher? No, they won. Yeah, it is the year they won the World Series, and that's probably something to do with it too, for sure.
So like
I don't
For
know, dude. He got
reference-
7.3 WAR, and the next closest was or Max Scherzer with a 6.4. I mean, weird.
But here's like some perspective. Like Chris Bryant has an MVP, and read his stats.
The MVP season?
292,
292, 39 home runs, 102 ribbies, 939 OPS.
and Vlad Jr. last year he didn't get an MVP. He hit 311 with 48 home runs and 111 RBIs.
What was his OPS? Almost 1,000.
1,002.
That's fucked, dude. Dude, he had
It's
his
all
OPS
the-
was 70 points higher, and he didn't win MVP. It's all about the season. You're right, because the guy who got second place was Daniel Murphy, who hit 347. He had a 985 OPS, but he only had 25. I don't know, dude. I'd have fucking given it to Daniel Murphy. I don't know. Chris Bryant's WAR is like way higher than everybody's. I don't know why. I mean, he's a good defender. Is it because he plays everywhere? Because he can play third, outfield,
I
first?
don't know. I don't know.
It's weird.
I don't know exactly how they. They calculate it.
Anyways,
Um,
the comparison
but-
was made because it just Ketel Marte, in my opinion, is like just as fucking valuable. The thing is, though, is that he's actually just like not, oddly enough.
he's what?
He's just not as valuable. Like he's only had 1 year of WAR above 4, and that was the year we talked about where he got 4th in MVP, and he had a 6.9 wins above replacement. That's elite. Like that's a great number. But last year he had a 1.8. 2020 had a 1.5. I do think it also WAR has a lot to do with playing a lot of games. You could tell Marte's only played over 120 games twice in his career. So you got to play to, maybe that's another reason why he signed the contract, because he's like, fuck, I can't stay healthy, but I'm good when I am healthy. So I'll take my paycheck and just cash it out.
Yeah, that is true. Like to think about if you
'Cause
get
it's
into a
guaranteed money,
contract a year
you know?
and yeah, you're like okay, I'm taking 76 million. I'm taking the bird in the hand better than two in the bush. One of those old situations.
Yeah.
That is true, because what happens if you go out and you get banged up and like you're worried about getting a contract and
Yeah.
you end up having something horrible happen or whatever the case might be, and you end up losing 40 million because nobody's willing to sign you.
Oh, 100%. No, 100%. Yeah, so
But
good
like
for,
it's fun.
I mean,
It's
good
funny
for
because
him.
that's like Dan. It is kind of funny because like we're talking shit about it, but it's like Dan Bilzerian money.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I
like
mean?
not that much. Yeah.
It's not, well, no, it's like so much. That's what I'm saying, because it's like we're talking about 76 million dollars.
Oh,
like
yeah. Yeah.
like he's getting paid league minimum.
Yeah. No,
For reference, guys on league, the guys that make league minimum would have to play for 100 years.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's kind of
Yeah.
when you think about it like that.
No,
It's
you're
like,
right.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, good for Marte. I mean, he got his money. Good for Marte. In the world of college baseball, quickly before we go on to our rankings here, not sure if you guys saw this, but there's a guy on Texas Tech's baseball team who fucking stole home plate to win the game. Walk off steal of home off a right-handed pitcher. Jared and I were both right-handed pitchers at the collegiate level. Has anybody ever stole home on you, Jared? Like straight steal before you
no,
even
listen.
deliver the ball.
No, that's pretty damn wild.
It's not wild.
what do
I think more so that's like that is bad.
You just have such a good view of that guy. It's like a lefty. It's a lefty with first base, basically.
Yes,
Like,
it is. It's the
so
same.
it's like if you it's if you're looking over and someone just takes off. It's like, I guess here's what happens in a moment like that. The college pitcher is probably shitting himself a little bit.
Yeah, no shit.
That's how many times have you seen pitchers just like when you got to rush a throw and you've just been throwing rockets, be able to throw it home, but at the same time, like you could definitely still get it done. Like you should still get it done.
I mean, like you said, when the guy's coming set and it was the pitcher for Texas and he's going through his like slow ass triple tap fucking set position, like looking down at the ground. I mean, just like look at the runner. I don't know what else to say. Like you can't, first of all, you can't let him get a lead that's half the baseline. You can't do it. And second of all, if he does, you have to keep a fucking eye on him. And you have to, like, I don't know. The kid steals home, a walk-off steal of home, and then the same kid the next day on Texas Tech hits a walk-off grand slam to win them the game. Baseball is a fucking weird-ass sport, dude. Shit like that happens all the time. But I don't know if I've ever seen a walk-off steal of home against a right-handed pitcher. Straight steal. Like, no fucking pass ball, no ball in the dirt. Not like, pitcher was coming set and he just took off. And he didn't even throw it home because he was so safe. I mean, it was unbelievable. So, good for that kid. Electric moment. College baseball, we've been talking about it for forever. We both played. If you don't get a chance to just tune in, especially before baseball, Major League season starts, check it out. I mean, I saw a tweet on Saturday. It was like, hey guys, don't worry. ESPN2 has the National Cornhole Championships on when Vanderbilt and Ole Miss are playing each other right now. Like, doesn't get quite the national coverage, so it may be a little bit harder to find. But if you can find it, tune in. It's good shit. So, with that, Jared, we'll give you our top 5 infields in baseball from 5 to 1. And I feel like there's 4 that are just like
good list. Do you have a good list of them? I have a decent list, but it's like a lot of analysis on it that I'm just kind of like that I was reading into.
Yeah, here's here, I'll throw this link in here in the document here. Yeah, check that link out. And like I was about to say, I think there's 4 teams that are like far and away.
That's really funny. That's the exact article I had.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But
I think there's 4 teams that are like far and away, like the best infields, in my opinion. And then there's like a few others that are going to be like pretty good. If I had to start with my rankings, number 5 on my list would probably be the Mets, because you love Jeff McNeil. I mean, I love Jeff McNeil. I think he's a great player.
Eduardo, he's a great hitter.
Eduardo Escobar is a solid switch hitting. Guy had fucking 30 home runs last year,
and just wildly underrated.
Yeah, and then he's really good. And then they have Lindor, who's a beast, and then Pete Alonso's probably gonna hit another 40 home runs at first base. Like, if Lindor has any semblance of a bounce back season, the Mets are the 5th best infield in baseball by far, in my opinion. I think number 4 will probably be the Braves. If you look at the Braves infield, Austin Riley is so good. Like, so good. And nobody talks about it. Dansby at short, great player. Ozzie Albies at second, electric. And yes, they lost Freddie Freeman, but they added Matt Olson, who's not a fucking chump. Like, Matt Olson's really good first baseman, defensively and offensively. So I think I would go Mets 5, Braves 4. I would go Red Sox 3. When you have Devers. Actually, I scratched that. Blue Jays 3.
I like that.
With Chapman at third, Bo Bichette at short, Kevin Biggio probably at second, and then Vlad, just iron horse at first base, just shitting on balls. I think defensively it's a great infield, but I mean offensively, like, Bo Bichette and Vlad by themselves are enough to maybe put an infield in the top 5 in baseball. Add Matt Chapman, Kevin Biggio's decent, then all right, Blue Jays are a top 5 infield. Number 2 is the Red Sox. The Red Sox have the 2nd best infield in baseball. Devers is a joke. Bogarts is unfucking believable. Trevor Story is playing second base for them, which is a joke. And then they're like only down-ish spot is first base, but I mean Bobby Dahlbeck is fine. They also have Tristan Cass as a prospect for him. So
Dahlbeck hit 25 jacks last year too, so it's like,
yeah, he's fine. He's
just not like a super like a Vlad, like someone that's like super elite yet.
Right.
So
yeah, so I got the Red Sox at number 2, and then I think, to no surprise or to anybody's surprise, the Dodgers are the best infield in baseball, and it's just, dude, it's fucked. Like, Justin Turner, all-star. Trace Turner might win the MVP. Max Muncy, all-star. Freddie Freeman, all-star, might win the MVP. Like, it's not getting any better than those 4 guys. I just don't know what to tell you. Like, Justin Turner is the worst player in that infield. Justin Turner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
And well, and that's the only thing that really I think in my mind sets them above the Red Sox is the fact that it's like you can replace, you have to pick between Max Muncy, Freddie Freeman, or Bobby Dalbec, you know? So it's like, I almost, and it's obviously Trey Turner's so damn fast. And he hits over 300. And Trevor Story's good. He has like kind of like that. He's kind of like a sexier player than Trey Turner in terms of the fact that it's hard to say that when you watch Trey Turner slide. I'm just talking about like in terms of like just power numbers, like just being able to hit a 500-foot home run. But like he's no slouch. Like obviously Trey Turner's not a slouch by any aspect, but he just doesn't have the power numbers that Story has. And then I think,
dude, I don't know about that.
I would take Devers.
I don't know,
dude. Devers over.
Trey Turner had 28 home runs last year. 28 home runs. I mean, that's by far his career high, but 28 home runs last year.
As I say, that's kind of that seemed kind of surprising because I always thought he was like a 13 to 22 type of guy.
Yeah, so his career, Trey Turner's gone 13, 11, 19, 19, 12 because he was hurt, and then 28. So his 162.
So he was a 13 to 22 guy.
Yeah, his 162 average, his full season average for home runs is 24 because he's been hurt a lot. So his full season average is 24 home runs, you know, and I'm sure Stories is probably like 30, you know, or 28, but I don't know. I think they're comparable, dude. I think Trey Turner's faster. I think Trey Turner defense is probably the same.
I think it's kind of funny. I think that's one underrated aspect. Well, it's not even that underrated, but like Trevor Story is right there next to Trey Turner, I think, in speed, actually. Like, probably not quite as fast, but let's see. Maybe we can find it.
MLB speed rankings. Trey Turner, Billy Hamilton, fastest players of MLB. Let's see. Trey Turner had a sprint speed of 30.7, which is a joke. Guys who get to first the fastest.
I'm surprised not to see Story on there.
Yeah, me too. He does have a lot of bags, though.
Story speed.
He has a lot of bags. Trevor Story steals a lot of bags.
Trevor.
Yeah, man. Trevor Story averages 22 bags a year. I mean, that's just not bad by any means. Yeah. So good for Story.
Yeah, Baseball America. Oh, this is from when he was in college. Yeah, it must have been. I was to say. I was just reading a little quick. There's like a little quick blurb, you know, underneath one of the links. It said that Trevor Story weighed like 175 pounds, and I was like, I don't think so. I was like, that seems awfully small.
No, not anymore. What's your top 5 infields? Does it waver at all from my list?
My only thought would be, I don't think it's pretty damn close to yours. I just want, like, I feel like there's like there's an honorable mention, I think, like with the Rangers, but they're not quite there. But I'm with Corey Seager, Marcus Semien. I don't know, third, first to them though. So
yeah,
it's third and first for the Rangers.
I mean, it's gonna be like, fuck, I don't know. Rangers depth chart. Their third baseman is going to be Andy Ibanez on opening day.
Yeah, so it's
and Nathaniel Lowe. Nate Lowe is going to be playing first. I mean, yeah, it's not ideal.
Also, let's see. There was one.
I mean, I think as a Padres
Like a-
fan,
like
I
a-
think everyone healthy. The Padres have a pretty good infield.
Yeah, dude.
Tatis,
If
Machado,
you're
Cronenworth.
Machado, yeah, no, it is money. And then I know you love Eric Hosmer.
Yeah. Well, Hosmer's the best player in that infield by far. So, I mean, when he's in the lineup, he's unstoppable.
Machado, Machado and Tatis. That's okay. So that's really what it comes down to is like there's good players, but it's like the overall depth of the infield. I kind of like as like a top 10 like candidate too. Like I do like the Cardinals, Tommy Edman, Paul Goldschmidt, and Paul DeYoung. Like that's a
Arenado,
good that's a
Arenado at third.
yeah there's a yeah that's what I meant to say.
No, you
Um,
had all the guys in there. You said Edmund, Paul DeYoung, Paul Goldschmidt, and then Arenado's just a little
Aaron-
toss in there.
yeah, he's just a little sprinkle on top. So that's a pretty good roster. But yeah, I would say if if Dahlback has like a crazy year, like a crazy pop year, which he very well could,
Yep.
where he played like this is like his third year as a pro. Like a lot of times when guys come up, I feel like it takes him a couple years to get the bearings.
Yep.
He kind of started getting there last year, and I feel like if Dahlback can produce like a 30 plus home run season, then that's the best. That's the best
It could be. Yeah.
infield. But that's the only really two question marks I have and with the question mark behind Dahlback and Freddie Freeman being a former MVP, it's like really hard to take them over them now. And then I do totally agree with you. I think if we're having the same conversation and the Blue Jays don't lose Marcus Semien, I'm putting them in front of both of them.
Oh yeah, I agree. But if they don't lose Simeon, they probably don't get Matt Chapman. So then
Yeah, I
you
just
start
don't
to
think-
waver. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You know,
I guess when you're thinking about when you're thinking about defensively as well with Matt Chapman,
Matt
Chapman's
Chapman,
a
he's the best.
far better defender.
Yeah.
because that's always been one bugaboo on
Simeon.
Marcus Semien
Yeah.
is that especially when he was with the Athletics, is that he kicked a lot of balls.
Yeah, that's why I put him at
So-
second in Toronto because he's like, fuck it, I don't have to make the throw, easier play.
Yeah.
You know.
That just Toronto team last year with every guy with 30 plus home runs. And I do agree with what you said with the Braves. They had I think everybody on their infield had like 30. Didn't even Dansby hit 30 home runs last year?
Dude, I don't know. Probably. I mean, I know he hit at least 25. 27 home runs last year for Dansby Swanson. By the way, Austin Riley, just for your reference, Jared, Austin Riley had a 6.1 WAR last year. He hit 303 with 33 home runs, 107 RBIs, and a 132 OPS plus. He had like a over 800 or like over 850 OPS against fastballs and like an 870 OPS against off-speed pitches. Like he rakes, dude. He fucking rakes. He played 160
Austin
last
Riley's-
year, dude. He is good, bro. He's good.
Yeah, he's another one. He's another one too that if he's playing, not to say that the Braves are obviously they're not a small market team. It's one of the most famous teams in
Yeah.
all of baseball. But it's not it doesn't get the same hype as LA really.
Yeah.
Even with the World Series, still just get more love.
Yeah.
And I think if Austin Riley is playing with the Dodgers, you'd probably see his face on more things, like more little promo stuff that they
for
put on MLB.com and everything like that. I feel like it's always just like you're still seeing Bellinger over Austin Riley for
Yeah.
some reason.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so
We love him though.
yeah, fucking love Bellinger. Stand-up guy, good player, really clean looking face. Doesn't do any drugs, never has any just a straight shooter, clean as a whistle. So yeah, that's that's at least my rankings.
Yeah, I'm like I said, mine are gonna be the same as yours, other than I think if Dahlbach has the crazy year,
Yeah.
I think
Mets
that
5. What did I
infield
say?
adds better.
Mets 5, Braves 4, Blue Jays 3. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Wait. My infield rankings were
Yeah, Mets
2022 infield rankings. Mets 5, Braves 4, Blue Jays 3, Red Sox 2, Dodgers 1. I think that's as good as it gets right there. There's no way. There's no way it changes.
I agree with that with just that that one little potential flip. I think that there's a potential for the Red Sox to be even better than that Braves
Yeah,
one, just
they
because
could.
I know Justin Turner rakes, but he doesn't. He's just like, I feel like he's like a 13 to 17 home run guy most years. You know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He
And
definitely
and
is.
I think you can get with Bogarts, you get 35 jacks, you can get 35 jacks from Story potentially. You can get 35 jacks from Devers, and you can potentially get 35 jacks out of
Yeah.
Dahlback if he has a better year.
Yeah, if that
So
infield produces 120 home runs by itself, I mean, that's fucking stupid. But
I'm just saying that seems like kind of what
no,
they-
it's
they
realistic. It could
be,
very
so.
easily happen. No, yeah, I'm just like
Yeah.
that stupid in the sense of like that would just be unbelievable. They would be the best. Yeah, that'd be crazy. So last topic here, Jared. Give our predictions for each division. We've done AL East, AL Central. We're moving on to the American League West. My predictions for the American League West standings from bottom to top are as follows with record. Fifth place, Oakland will be 81 and 81. They will finish at 500. Seattle will finish fourth place, exactly one game above them at 82 and 80. I got the Rangers in third at 87-75. I got the Angels in second place at 89 and 73, and then the Astros in first at 97 and 65. I think the Angels get in the playoffs this year as the 6th seed. I think they do. The bold statement, but I think Mike Trout is just about fucking done not making the postseason with guys like Shohei Ohtani. They add like Rendon wasn't healthy last year at all. He's still on the Angels. Noah Syndergaard is there. I feel like they added a couple other guys too. They re-signed Raisel Iglesias, who was really good for them last year. Obviously, Ohtani can start games for them. I think maybe their question marks would be starting pitching. They have Ohtani, Syndergaard, Michael Lorenzen. Their bullpen is good, dude. Their bullpen is good. Raisel Iglesias, Archie Bradley, Ryan Tepera is really good. Mike Mayers, super solid. Dude, Max Stassi, their catcher, kind of had a decent year last year.
I like him.
Yeah, like he kind of had a decent year last year, like 241, 13 home runs. I don't know, maybe not, but like he's not bad. Dude, Jared Walsh fucking rakes, all-star last year.
Yeah.
David Fletcher can hit. Shortstop, they have a variety of guys. Andrew Velasquez, Luis Rengifo, Tyler Wade could play shortstop for him. Third base is Rendon. Dude, and then their outfield, in no particular order on any given day, is going to feature Justin Upton, Joe Adell, Mike Trout, Brandon Marsh. Like, those are all really fucking good guys. And then Shohei will DH, or they'll mix in a DH at some point. I mean, like, that's like a good team. Like, I mean, Ohtani and Syndergaard at the top of the rotation, it's fucking nasty. Like, I could see them making the playoffs this year. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being optimistic because I want to see Mike Trout actually play in the postseason. But I don't know. I got Oakland, Seattle, Texas, Angels, and then Astros in first.
No, that's funny.
What?
I think I'm going to go Houston, Seattle.
Seattle
LA
second.
Angels. Seattle in second.
So wait, so from bottom to top, what do you got? Fifth to first.
Athletics losing. Yeah, the Athletics, I don't assume they're going to be good this year with losing Chapman and Matt Olson.
Yeah, like they're going to be horrible.
They're not going to be good.
Yeah.
And then I think the Texas Rangers finished fourth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even though they got a couple sluggers, I just don't think the rest of the team is. And they can't pitch as well as you'd like to see. I think the Mariners just made them Angels in second.
Third.
Or Angels in third.
Yep.
And then the Mariners in second.
Yep.
I really like who they added. This lineup right now, you have Tom Murphy, Ty France at first, then Adam Frazier at second, Suarez at third base, JP Crawford at shortstop, Jesse Winker.
Yep.
Jared Kalenic, who's I think got hurt last year, and he's supposed to be really good.
Kyle Lewis
and
is
Kyle
so
Lewis
good.
really good. And
Mitch Haniger is really
rakes.
good too, dude.
So
Yeah,
so
fuck.
and then you have the Cy Young winner Robbie Ray. You got Marco Gonzalez, who's just been consistently like pretty good. This Logan Gilbert guy's pretty nice when I watched him last year. I'm pretty sure this Chris Flexen guy right here was like in terms of betting was like the number one, like one of the like top 5 or 10 pitchers in the league if you bet on them for them to their money line to win.
Really? He just won. They just
Yeah.
won games when he
Yeah,
pitched.
yeah. It's just like I don't know what his like actual like record was, but I just know like value wise, like because he was always an underdog last year, like it felt like, and then
I think for me, the question mark for them is the rotation because I don't think Robbie Ray is going to be a Cy Young winner again. I think he's good. I don't think he's going to be a Cy Young type of guy. I like Marco Gonzalez, but again, I don't think he's amazing. I don't think he's bad by any means. I mean, Marco Gonzalez is a career 4.24 pitcher in the big leagues. I mean, it's not bad, but
he doesn't throw very hard. So like the one thing that I'll
he's
say
going to
is
throw a ton of innings. Yeah.
well, and sometimes he just has like the 8-run game,
Oh yeah.
like where he gives up 8, and then he goes CG.
Yeah.
Like shutout, and it's like it just feels like that's what his career looks like most of the time.
No,
Like,
I get it.
like-
I don't have a ton of confidence
How
in
about-
many of
how
their
about-
pitchers, to be honest
how
with
about
you.
How about Chris Flexen as their fourth starter, going 14-6 last year with a 3.6 ERA.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So
It's pretty good.
I don't know. We'll see. I just think that it's really easy to get in, like all gun ho about
I just
these
think
LA teams because it's just they're bigger markets. Obviously,
I
Mike
think,
Trout.
dude, I think you have to have bullpen though, man. I think you have to have bullpen. And the Angels getting Ryan Tepera, who is an all-star, Archie Bradley, Raisel Iglesias is an all-star. They have like 3 or 4 like all-star caliber pitchers in their bullpen. And then you look at the Mariners, they have Paul Sewald had like a good year last year. I don't even know if he made the all-star team. He had, let's see, last year he had a 3.06 ERA. I mean, pretty good, for 64 innings. Not bad. Diego Castillo, pretty good pitcher, throws pretty hard, but the rest of these guys are like nobodies or they're not good. So I think if you have a bullpen and you can kind of hit, you have more likely of having success than a team that's going to mash but can't close games out. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the Reds is a perfect example last year. They had Castellanos, Suarez, Winker, Votto, fucking all these dudes, and they had a good rotation for the most part, and their bullpen just shit the bed every day.
They did.
Every day. And they didn't finish anywhere near the playoffs, And I'm not saying the Mariners bullpen is dog shit. I mean, it's not bad. Paul Sewald is solid. Diego Castillo is solid. But like Drew Steckenrider getting big innings for them or Anthony Misowich. I mean, like, who are these guys? You know what I mean? Like, I know they're big leaguers. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, like Justice Sheffield's been a guy who's like was a high prospect, bounced around, never really lived up to the expectations. Now he's just like a long relief guy for them. Like this Andres Munoz guy, former Padres prospect, made his debut for the Padres a couple years ago. Throws a million miles an hour, but he's coming off Tommy John. Just like you don't know. So if their bullpen could be okay, it might be good.
They're going to finish in front of the Angels in second.
You still think so?
I still think the Angels are just a chronically underperforming team.
Oh, 100%. No doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt. But I think I'm going to be the fool this year and just hook, line, and sinker, take the bait, and just roll with the Angels in the playoffs this year. Because I love Mike Trout, dude.
You just got like a bunch of MVP guys, like potential MVP guys.
Yeah, dude. It's just like Rendon.
Well, you have two. Right? He was like top 5 though, top 3.
Yeah, I mean Rendon is the 3rd best hitter on that team. And he goes anywhere else and he's probably the best hitter, at least the 2nd best hitter. And now he's the 3rd best guy. I mean, I really like Joe Adele. I really like David Fletcher. I don't know. That's just my picks, but it is what it is. We're probably going to be completely dead ass fucking wrong. And it doesn't matter because our opinions mean almost nothing. So that's why we appreciate you guys tuning into the podcast because we talk baseball. We're experts on the topic of baseball. Be sure to check us out on social media. Phenomenal Fan Podcast group, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere you want. That's where we stream our episodes live. If you're in the box and there's 2 strikes on you and he tries to elevate the fastball, lay off at all costs. I know it looks fat, but lay off the high cheese at all costs. Otherwise, you'll find yourself struggling at the plate. So that's going to be it for me, Jared, unless you got anything else for these guys. Any words of wisdom?
Yeah. Bet on the Seattle Mariners to finish second in the division.
Okay. It's not a bad pick. Are they making the playoffs, though? Or are they just finishing second?
Well, that's a question for another day, baby.
There's 6 teams in the plus-in from each league now.
Oh, that's true with the new rules. Oh, they're making the playoffs.
5 seed, 6 seed?
6 seed.
6 seed? That's right. I had the Angels, too.
I'd need to look in there. I would need to look at it for sure. But
well, either way.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Well,
as always, we appreciate you guys. Between the Stitches, baseball show. We're smart. You're not. Thanks for tuning in. Adios.
Let's go. Batter up. We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a home run. But even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer